Okay, now in this episode, we're going to be looking at the the Pajero speedometer, like the gauges, speed meter, fuel gauges, the temperature, and the RPM. We're going to be looking at these, all three of these today. And as you can see, I had to remove the gauges from the car just for you to have a closer look. Well, in these gauges are quite important in a way that for the temperature gauge, which is this one, it gives you the temperature of your engine if you are overheating or if you need to like add. Now for these Pajeros, you need to add coolant when you're driving them, because with the Pajero intercooler turbo, if you don't have coolant in your engine, it might actually overheat. Like ordinary water, it affects the engine in somewhat a way that it can overheat when you're doing around 120, 140 speeds. So when you have coolant in your engine, it helps you to keep it cool, like cool enough for you to actually have higher performance from your engine. So the fuel gauge, of which most of you know, yeah, in this fuel gauge, of course, just fuel, and then the RPM right there. Now with the RPM, most of us like mistake what it does. Now with me, I've been a driver for around 6 years. Now with me, I would say the RPM gives you the rev of the engine, whereby the engine gives a certain type of rev per gear. It And also per how you, like with automatics, how you step the accelerator, it will give you a certain type of rev, and in actually in a certain type of gear. So with this, it gives you like it shows times 1000. That the minimum is 1000. Like people don't get this. Now times 1000 mean that every rev is I just add 1000. When you see one here is 1000 revs per minute, or per what, revs per minute. Okay, so you see two, three. Now this one is up to six. That is still its RPM goes up to 6000. Now as you can see, the six here, right here, is in red. When you rev that and you're in actually a very low gear, for like example number two, number three, number one, those gears can actually blow your engine. Or when you actually like you do, if you want to max your top speed of 180 and you're in number five, like this is a 5 gear car, if you're in number five, this six will show you that okay, now you've reached the limit, the top limit of the engine. So that's all about RPM. And mostly actually an experience I had, it you can actually use it when your speedo is down. Like sometimes the technical glitches can happen, and this RPM normally works. You can use it to keep safe in a safe rev, and you can get to the nearest mechanic. Now let's go to the speedo. I know my petrol heads like that. Yeah, the speedometer has two things in it. It has mileage and the kilometers traveled by the car. Now this one reads around 1000 kilometers traveled, and the mileage is also right there. Now the mileage is used when you are servicing the car. You see this right here? These stickers that they give you at the petrol station. Let me remove it and you have a look. These stickers right here. Yeah, they give you all those stickers when you're actually where you use this mileage right here, the top bit of it, that top bit of it, to read what they are going to put, like the next service. Okay. Now these kilometers mostly you have to say how long this car has been in service. Yeah. Now it is two things here. Now, when they're in the dash, they are indicators. Okay, when they light up, I'll show you this soon. When they light up, the indicator there is left and right. You get, so they're the indicators, just basically indicators. And now with the intercooler turbo and most Pajeros, they have the Super Select four-wheel drive system. Now this Super Select four-wheel drive system is kind of cool right here. Because with the intercooler turbos, they are quite interesting in a way that this is the rear, if you can see it clearly right there. Down is the rear, middle is the lock, and like you are locking now two differentials. And by the way, these cars, the four-wheel drive cars, have two differentials. So when you're locked on, you've locked two differentials, the front and back. Now this car has mostly two, like around three levels of four wheel, whereby the first is when you just put in the four wheel. I don't know if you could see the gear. You put the four wheel, just like people mostly call it free, but no, that's the first one when you have locked all four. Now you're driving four wheel full time. It normally takes some fuel, but well, if you feel it's not your problem, you can use it. Well, but it is very good for taking corners, like high speed corners, you know. The second one is lock differential when you're now on gravel ground and it's kind of slippery, so you can use that. Now the third one is LLC. Now the LLC is when you're really in a jam, like muddy, snow. Of course, in Africa we don't have it, but yeah, it can also work for you. Yeah, that's our episode. Thanks for watching.